My name is Thabo Elvis Koza. 6-7 years ago, God blessed me with everything. But the problem is I was not satisfied. I was born again. But, it was this life that you go to church, and after church, you normally continue with your life. Then it was easy for me to follow the things of the world. I stopped praying and stopped going to any church completely. I started drinking too much, sports betting, women, and I started to talk against the church. I'm a construction guy. I will say I was blessed. I had all the connections in South Africa when it comes to construction. At some stage, I had over 30, 40 people working for me. I was so untouchable. I thought I was going to get up there quicker. Fast forward, all the connection that I had, everything that I touched, everything that I had, it all just went like boom, nothing. My kids came to church every Sunday. My daughter was in the university, but the brother will bath the little one. They come to church every Sunday. They used to tell me, Dad, you must come to church. But I will say, this is one of those pastors. These two shall pass. It's the face. That's what I used to tell my kids, that it's the face. It will pass. And I look at them like, these are my kids. They come to church. Like me, I do nothing. I started to feel like there was something heavy. I started feeling like, okay, now I'm alone. And what's happening? I started to listen to my kids when they tell me, oh, the service was beautiful today. Little did they know that I was burning inside. I was burning, I was dying. Finally, I came to church. I joined them this time around. And then I said, I don't want to sit with you guys. I'll sit alone because I don't know what I was here for. But what I can tell you is my motives to come in the church were not all that well. Should I put it like that? I was sitting there, and it didn't take me 15 minutes to say, this is a real man of God, and this is now real. The man of God didn't have to lay hand on me. In fact, the miracles that were performed that day was a top up for me. When the service ended, I was so not happy with myself. I felt like I could have been this church long ago. I felt like I delayed myself. I was crying inside, I was holding myself so that people and my kids don't see. On our way back to the house, I didn't even want to use the same way that I came in. If there was another way, I would have used that way to walk out, because I felt like if I'm going to use the same way, I haven't changed. So when I get to the house, the first thing that I did in the house, I took all the alcohols, I took everything, and I just throw it away. When I wake up in the morning, the first person that was calling me, I looked at the phone, I said, I don't need you. I deleted, I blocked. I didn't go anywhere that week, if I remember very well. I didn't go anywhere. I just delete phone numbers, delete. I don't need you, delete everything. I just deleted until I left. I'm like, okay, now I left with the TV. The TV was always on. I had to know what happened, the news, everything. I love sports. I love motorsports. I love my Lewis Hamilton. I love my tennis, everything, Djokovic. I love from every sport. You put sport there, that's me. I couldn't listen to the Holy Ghost. I promised God that, God, I will not from today. I don't want to know what happened sports-wise. It's me and you from now. I barely looked at the TV. I barely, until it came a situation whereby, no, I said, this TV is disturbing me. Let's not watch TV at all. I said to my kids and my wife, I want to pray every day, 12 o'clock, until I get to know Him, until I get to know who the Lord is, until I get to know my purpose in this life. That's what I told them. I changed the rooms. I was sleeping on the other room that enables me to pray 12 o'clock every day. The first and the second week I was sleeping alone. I remember I was using his 45 minutes of tongues. Pray, 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 pray. Every 12 o'clock. I've prayed in a short space of time, prayer that I've never prayed in my whole entire life until my first encounter. I was in a dream, and then I think I was on my knees next to someone. The feeling was like not your normal feeling. And then that person was asking me, what are you going to do differently? I said, this time, I made a promise. I said, this time, as you can see, I have started this, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, and didn't do this. I promise you I will do this and that and that and I promise everything. And then I woke up, I was like, okay, was it an encounter or what? Then I was like, okay, maybe. Remember, I changed, I sleep alone, and then I have no one to talk to. Waking up in the morning, I didn't even tell the kids, I didn't tell my wife. Like I said, when the phone rings, I'm like, yo, they are looking me for work now. I felt like it was a lifetime just going to work, because I know I'll be busy working. I won't be able to pray just for those couple of hours or so. That's how it felt. Fast forward, second encounter. That I tell you, saying, that was ascending straight, like up. And I was with another prophet, but I don't know the prophet. And he was like starting to quote some scriptures for me. And then he was telling me, this is what God did. And then while he was, I got disturbed in my physical body. Then I had to come again. And then I prayed again. When I was about to ascend for the second time, I felt this evil forces. They were all holding my hand and my feet not to ascend. And I prayed, I kept on praying and praying and praying and praying. It's like whoever wanted me up there could see that something was dragging me in the physical world. And then as soon as I realized that they are aware now, that I'm aware that they are holding me, whoever was calling me up, they came down, because I remember he asked me, since I came here, you have to make sure that you assured me that it was all worth it for me to come here. And then I was taken to heaven. But there were a lot of soccer stadiums. I didn't tell that person that I love soccer, I love sport. No. He just took me and we were walking together. Then I asked him, why is this grass not neatly cutted? He says, no. This grass is for the people who are lazy, the people that come from work and they don't pray, they don't spread God's gospel. He was just explaining to me, because I couldn't understand, why are these people playing the soccer on the soccer field where there's grass? So it needed like a trimming, a series of some sort. And he explained to me how these people found themselves in heaven but playing soccer on the grass like that. Everything that happened in a short space of 2 months. Sometimes it will take saints a lifetime. And on that 2 months, short space of 2 months, came here first week, second week, I was paying tithe. I've never paid tithe in my life. Those are some of the things that sometimes we Christian, we take it for granted. Everything that I cutted in my life, it brought me to the dreams, the visions. Now I know how to listen to the Holy Ghost. Now I'm starting to take charge in the spiritual world. He's showing me a project that I'm going to do the next 2, 3, 4 years from now, like everything that is happening. 2 months. Since my whole entire life, I didn't know what is fasting. But on that 2 months, I have a day that I don't eat. I just live. And we have a day, me and my family, that we don't eat. So that leaves me with 5 days. I only eat for 5 days. I used to go to church Sundays, and the next Sunday would be like, no, I don't feel like going to church. But this church, I've been here in the church every Sunday, every Monday, Fridays. As soon as I started coming to the church, I'm the first one to leave the house to say, I'm going to church. I'm now the one who wakes my kids to say, wake up, let's go to church. I believe every time the man of God talks, I listen. How he cares for us, the passion that he has for God, the hunger that he has. It's unbelievable. That moment that I came in this house, my life was never the same.